Hey, it's Prime135 back with, I guess, my yearly review now. Just kidding, but thanks to the Chosen Prime, I was able to get a full week before the official Hasbro release date Transformers: The Last Night Deluxe Barricade, and I realize this video isn't coming out a full week before the release date, but I actually got him this last Monday. I have college, so I don't have a lot of time. And first off, let's take a look at the box for this guy, because this is actually the new Last Night Deluxe packaging. A large, primarily plastic box. I think this is actually about the size of the Voyager class packaging from Age of Extinction, so I guess Hasbro let that save the planet conservation thing go pretty quickly. Yeah, it's a pretty nice packaging. Got really nice artwork of Barricade here. I got the taser gun that we saw on the, I think it was concept art that Hasbro released for this guy. His nice big 6-barrel cannon, or 8-barrel cannon. New head design. Come around the side. Barricade. Sinister Trickster, so maybe maybe we'll see some new characterization for Barricade. I don't know. Back here on the back, we've got the cross cells here for the repainted Age of Extinction Bumblebee and Berserker, who I will probably be getting on Monday. Then a cross cell, or then the actual art here of Barricade. Looks like a CAD design there. Here on the top, if you take a look. Now, I work at Toys R Us, so I have actually seen the Autobot packaging, and on the Autobot packaging, you'll have, in the same place, Optimus, Bumblebee, and Drift. So, the speculation online has been that those three and that these three will play a major part in the movie. Now, I know, obviously, Optimus and Bumblebee have, if you've seen any of the trailers, they're featured quite prominently. Megatron definitely will, also featured in a lot of the trailers. Barricade is in a lot of the marketing, but we haven't seen any footage of him so far, so we'll see. Now this guy, Berserker. He is actually I don't know if he's a reuse of the exact same character model. We'll see if he's actually in the movie. But the toy at least is it's not the same mold, but it's based on the same design as Transformers Dark of the Moon crankcase. I don't know. We'll see. Some of the speculation online is that Berserker is a replacement for the character Hooligan, who will be appearing in the film. He's a Volkswagen Type 2 van. Volkswagen is notorious for not giving Hasbro licensing. Could be especially difficult given that this is a Decepticon movie character. So the speculation has been that this will be his replacement. We'll see. I think it was actually stated recently that a head prop was seen of him on set. So I don't know. We'll see when the movie comes out. And now taking a look at the actual Barricade himself. Here he is in his vehicle mode, and he looks pretty nice, gotta say. I love this deep blue here. Now, in the movie itself, he is a fully, as far as I've seen at least, he is a Ford Mustang. Now, this is not a Ford Mustang. This, and as far as I can tell, all Barricade figures is just a generic deep blue police car, muscle car type thing. I don't know if that was because his vehicle mode was a late edition, or Hasbro just didn't want to pay for the licensing. Who really knows? So taking a look at here at his vehicle mode, not a ton of paint, but it's there where it counts. So, got the nice blue headlights there. Some sirens painted in here up front. I don't know why we have blue here, red here, blue here, red here. That doesn't really make sense to me, but maybe that's how it is in real life. I don't know a lot about the police department. Got the nice white here, police, Decepticon logo. the usual barricade to punish and enslave. Got the taillights here. And actually, most of the blue on this vehicle mode is painted. These sections here are plastic, this panel and this panel. But this entire top section, the blue that you see here and here on the hood, and the blue that you see here and here on this front piece, all painted. This is a black piece, or I guess dark gray. This is a dark gray piece, this is a dark gray piece. This is all clear plastic. These are as well. So a lot of blue paint went on this guy, even if you really can't tell. But yeah, so comparing him here with the Dark of the Moon version of the character, as you can see, he's about the same length, but he is a lot bigger in his alt mode. Now, that's due primarily to this entire shell being hollow. Most of his robot mode is below this line, but still makes for a big vehicle mode. A lot bigger than most recent Transformers. And here he is, to illustrate that, here he is with his 2007 movie counterpart. Now, as far as length, this guy, no contest. And heft, way better. But width-wise, I actually think the Last Night version is wider. So, he's not the longest nor the heaviest, but he is the widest. Yeah. And as you saw a few seconds ago, his two smaller accessories, his nightstick, and I think in the concept art this is referred to as a taser gun, can store here underneath. His big 8-barreled cannon, I can count, can plug in here on the top, just like that. Now, it's kind of odd because as far as I've seen, most, if not all, of the new molds for the Last Night can store their weapons inside of their vehicle modes. And that could very well be the case with this guy, because if you look here, this entire back section is hollow. And with a bit more folding, this could easily fit up inside. I don't know if there's a way to do that. I've tried and I haven't found a way, but who knows? Maybe it was a cut feature. We have seen that with the likes of Revenge of the Fallen. Now, you can leave these on for transformation, but they probably will pop off, especially the nightstick here. So I'm going to go ahead and take them off. Now, to transform this guy, you want to first pop the doors off out of their spot here and here. They'll just tab in there and there. And then you can take this entire upper shell, unpeg it there from the back, just bring that up like so, flip these up. This section does come off. I don't recommend doing that because it does clean up this robot mode, but I did it right out of the box and immediately stress marks. I don't know if you can see them. There and there. So this may break at some point in the future. If you can, avoid taking this off, even by accident. This could be a major problem. Oh, gosh. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get it back on now. Give me a second. Okay. So bring that section up, fold those in. And as I said, once again, if you can keep from it, don't pop this off. Cannot stress that enough. This is entirely made of clear plastic, very brittle. Great figure overall, but this I could see being a problem. All right, so you come down here to the back, pull feet apart like so. Bring this section all the way back. It's on a little detented hinge there, soft detents. Make sure you do get it all the way back because when I first transformed it, I did it like so, and that creates a very unstable standing base. All the way back like so. Rotate the legs around to the front. Same on this side. Alright, and then you'll come up here to the top, rotate these sections down. And if you look here, the arms, unpeg the arms from the side, they tab in just here, and that'll go into this slot there. Bring the arms down, and if you look here, these are on a hinge back and up. You'll want to bring those up against the main body, rotate forward one click. These are on a faux ratchet joint. Make sure those are all the way up, and you can bring his arms down. And this hood is already wanting to come down on me. Alright, then you bring the top of the car down, or the front of the car down to form his chest. Bring the arms up, or the wheel sections up. You will rotate him here at the bicep, rotate the hand. Same on this side. Then come around here to the back. And this is on a armature with 3 hinges, one here, and one here at the base. So you'll bring that down, and this peg will tab in right there, like so. And this tab will go up into the clear section there. And there is Barricade in his robot mode. And I really, really like this guy. I'm not even sure why, because initially, looking at pictures, I couldn't stand this back section. Drove me crazy, especially looking at the CGI model, which has virtually no kibble on it aside from these wheels here. But in hand, in person, I really like this guy. Honestly, this is one of my favorite movie figures in a long time. I don't know if it's just the design or the character or what. As you saw in vehicle mode, his accessories, the nightstick and the taser gun, can store via these smaller pegs on the hips. They can also fit in his hands, no problem. Same with the taser gun, like so. And this has another peg, so you can put it in his hand lengthwise. I don't know if it's supposed to be a gun or what, but you can do it. It's a thing this guy does. Just peg that on there. And then we've got his big 8-barreled gun. Now if you look, if you fold this all the way back, see he's got these 2 peg sections here, and these will actually go into a hollow section here under the forearm, and then wrap around. And it's not a solid tab, but they will, you'll feel they kind of friction together there at the top. And yeah, that's his accessories. Take a closer look at the head here. This is a really, really nice head, and it's hard to see unless you get it in some good lighting. Got the little Decepticon logo there, the 4 trademark Barricade red eyes. All of the blue on the head is actually painted. As far as I can tell, it's molded in this kind of a off-white. I don't know, I don't like this color. And the gun here, oddly enough, is molded in that. I don't know if you saw earlier on the back of the box, this was actually the dark gray, just like the hands and upper arms. So I don't know if that was a change somewhere during production or what. And getting this out of the way, taking a look here at the arms. You got some nice detailing there on the forearms, upper bicep. And here at the hand we have serve and protect, like a normal police car would have on it. Look here in the torso, got a whole lot Nice detailing, some nice gunmetal paint in there, picking that out. The front here made up of that muscle car front. And it does, I will say, the generic muscle car does work better than I think a standard Mustang would have for the upper torso, so that might have been another factor in Hasbro genericizing his alt mode. Come down here to the feet. They look pretty good. Upper thighs could use a little bit more detailing. And it would have been better if they were molded in this dark gray. Honestly, I wish they'd molded all of these off-white parts in this dark gray. Would have looked much better across the board. Yeah, even got some little vestigial spikes from his earlier designs. Now we'll take a look at articulation. The head here is on a ball joint. Got a little bit of up, pretty much nothing down. Side to side is good. Can't do a full 360, but does he really need to? Arms, universal joint, do a full 360. In and out. Bicep swivel. Single hinge at the elbow. And this chest, this does get annoying because it doesn't really tab in. It just kind of frictions down. I mean, you can kind of hear... I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's just a little soft. I don't want to even call it a tab because it's really not. Come down here, wrist swivel. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately. That does seem to be a standard for this line, unfortunately. Legs all the way forward. Shell here gets in the way in the back. Swivel there at the thigh. Pretty good knee joint. Actually, looks like a little bit over 90 degrees. And it's about 90. And nothing at the feet, unfortunately. So, yeah. In just a second, let me transform the other barricades and we'll take a look at some comparisons. Alright, so taking a look at him with some of the other barricades in my collection. First off, here he is with Movie 1 Barricade. And as you can see, yeah, deluxes have definitely gotten smaller. The sad part is this guy was one of the shorter 2007 movie figures for the deluxe class. So, yeah, not the best situation in the world. Yeah, unfortunately, oil's gotten more expensive. Plastic comes from oil, so prices go up. And now taking a look at a bit more accurate version of Barricade's old design. Here he is with the Dark of the Moon Barricade, who doesn't really like to stand. Stand up. Come on, you can do it. There it is. Okay. And taking a look at those two together. Wow. Okay. His design has changed a lot. I was always a fan of the Barricade design. I still am. I love the new design. I love both the designs. Yeah. So, but I definitely acknowledge the change. And if you're upset about it, you definitely have a right to be. But yeah. So there he is with Dark of the Moon Barricade. And now taking a look at him with a more modern movie figure. Here he is with Age of Extinction Drift, and this is the 5-pack version of Drift, so he's got a little bit nicer painted than the standard edition. And he's actually a little bit taller than Drift, so I don't know, maybe we're getting a bit more plastic back in the production. And just so you know how he scales with a modern Generations figure, here he is with Titan's Return trigger happy. And yeah, trigger happy is quite a bit taller. So, yeah. Yeah. All in all, I really like this guy. I could completely see why you wouldn't if you don't. I've seen a lot of criticism for him online, and I see where it's coming from. It's a fairly simple transformation. I know he's missing a lot of articulation points that have come to be known as standard, like a waist, like ankles. And when the initial reveal of this guy happened and we saw this massive hunk of car on the back, I was right there with you. I was right there with the naysayers. I hated this design. My nickname for this guy was Turtlecade. He looks like a turtle. But in hand, I don't know if it's the design just clicks with me, or I just like flipping him back and forth between modes, but I really like this barricade. And if you don't, you have a right to. I'm not going to tell you to like him. I'm not going to tell you to buy him. But I will say, personally, I like this figure. You've seen the review. You can make a decision for yourself what you think of him. I think I paid $21.99 for him from the Chosen Prime. At brick and mortar retail, I think the Deluxes will be retailing for about $19.99. And yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, especially when he's a little taller than Age of Extinction Drift, but not by much. He's got a ton of paint on him, but it's not detail paint. It's just covering up bare plastic that needs to be that color for vehicle mode. So not a lot of things collectors are really going to like. I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the line goes. As far as I'm concerned, it's off to a decent start, especially compared to Age of Extinction, which kind of... Age of Extinction. That was a dark time. Some decent molds. Really, really bad paintwork. But, yeah. That's Transformers The Last Knight Deluxe Class Barricade. I do, if everything works out, do plan on getting Berserker on Monday. If I've got time, I'll take a look at him. I was planning on putting out a lot more reviews and actually trying to make this a regular thing, but I've also started college this year, and that takes up a whole lot of my time. So all things going well, I'll try to put up a review for Berserker sometime next week. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, until my next yearly review, this has been Prime135.